This segment of the news is brought to you by Finance of America. For all your mortgage needs, call Amy Childress or Shannon Keller at 702-372-6607.
Welcome back. Does adding wearable technology to a program of diet and exercise help with weight loss? A new study in the Journal of the American Medical Association reports that adding physical activity tracking gadgets to a lifestyle modification program did not result in more weight loss among a group of obese and overweight young adults.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
In the fight against obesity, many Americans are turning to wearable devices to help meet their fitness goals. But are these gadgets effective?
When we gave people these strong behavioral weight loss programs that are really kind of group-based, we actually thought that adding these wearable technologies to that program would help them to lose more weight over 24 months. And to our surprise, that actually wasn't what we found.
Dr. John Jakasik from the University of Pittsburgh and co-authors studied 471 overweight or obese young adults from 2010 to 2012. All study participants received counseling on diet and exercise. 6 months into the study, half were randomly assigned to get a wearable device to help track physical activity and diet. The authors found that the group that did not use the wearable device lost more weight than the group who did, an average of 5.3 pounds more.
They also might actually give people somewhat of a false sense of security, that they don't pay attention to some of the key behaviors that they otherwise might pay attention to. They're relying on the device or the technology maybe a little bit too much, and that may be why we saw a little bit less weight loss in that group.
Although wearable technology has changed and improved since the study started, there is still no one-size-fits-all fitness tracking device.
Maybe we shouldn't just think broadly about using these devices across everyone. I think we need to understand a little bit more about how to use them and for whom.
Laura Berger, The JAMA Report.
The young adults in this study are defined as ages 18 through 35. Now let's join Ron Chase with this week's auction news.
This segment is sponsored by Nevada Public Auction.
We have a big auction this Thursday. As usual, 5:30 we start with coins, some silver, some gold, some error coins, key dates, Morgans, all that good stuff. But at 6:30, lots of really nice Western collectibles, Native American collectibles, and a large estate collection of Black Americana stuff since probably since the 30s.
A lot of collectibles, like you just said, and one of the things that is really of interest is some of these, little black Sambo?
Yeah, there's, like I said, a lot of Black Americana, there's a lot of Sambo stuff, a lot of books that have some early stories in it, some figurines, and some more modern stuff too, like some Stife Black Americana, plus some regular Stife bears, Stife circus animals. Again, a lot of nice collectibles, sports cards from the 50s and 60s, Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, Whitey Ford, a whole bunch of guys like that. Lots of nice jewelry. I got some daggers and some swords. I mean, just a quite array of very interesting things.
This is online and also here at your location, right?
That is correct. So the full catalog is online at auctionnv.com. You can see the whole catalog, or you can bid from online, or of course come on down for preview Thursday, 9 to 5:30 all day long. We're here so you can look at everything.
And where are you guys at?
We're at 800 Margaret Street, 1 street past the hospital, right off Highway 372. And the phone number here is 751-4867.
And if I want to sell my stuff?
One thing, a whole estate, give me a call again at 751-4867, or the website is auctionnv.com.
Tuesday, Nevada Senate passed a bill that would potentially pave the way for an expanded convention center and an NFL-ready stadium. The vote was 16-5 in favor of the bill. Now it heads to the Assembly. Yesterday, senators approved the package that spends $750 million for a new stadium, which the Raiders say they'd like to call home. In addition to the tax increase, the Raiders say they will donate $500 million and billionaire Sheldon Adelson's $650 million to get the stadium built. The county commissioners had an item on their agenda to put in place policy changes regarding county-owned property.
The BOCC met last week regarding an agenda item for possible action to discuss, deliberate, adopt, amend, or reject the Nye County Property Use Policy. The policy relates to county property being used by residents for electioneering or campaigning for or against a candidate, ballot question, or political party, as well as posting notices on county property and other related activities. This is Teresa Rhodes for News 46.
Number 25, a possible action, discussion, deliberation to adopt, amend, and adopt or reject the Nye County property use policy.
Mr. Chairman, we had a resolution a few months back, and it was stated that we needed a policy. This was a policy I worked on with Mr. Sutton, Pam, Lorena. I understand it's also been amended by a few other people, but overall, this is a good policy. It's a good stewardship of the property. I make a motion to adopt.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other comments from the board?
No.
Okay. I'm going to call for the vote.
Aye.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
In light of all the amendments that were proposed and also some of the concerns that I raised, I really would like to bring this back to present before the board with a clean copy. In light of the fact that we have just a couple weeks before the special meeting, I would propose just putting it on that agenda, get it cleaned up, and put it before your...
So you're saying don't call a vote, is what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
And I think a two-week delay would be fine. I know this has been in the works for quite a while, but I would like to present a clean copy. I'm just trying to. I've got a whole page of notes here on there with amendments and some other concerns that I'd like to just present a clean copy before you.
Okay. I know all of us didn't vote yet, so I guess is that acceptable? We all didn't vote yet. I heard two people vote, but not all.
Wait a minute. We have a motion and a second on the floor, and you called for the vote, and we got 3 people who voted, and the question to Tim should be, can we pull that back at this point and move with a different motion?
Thank you.
You do have a motion and a second, and you did call for the question.
Correct. So now we have to keep moving forward.
Correct. And if you wanted to...
Can we rescind the motion?
You can rescind the motion. And you can also reconsider it right after if in light, and I realize I brought this up a little bit late. So if you wanted to do that, then you could do that as well.
Okay. So, of course, we called for the vote. Commissioner Brasky, Commissioner Sinhoff, and Commissioner Wickman voted. Commissioner Cox?
I'm going to vote no.
Okay. I vote for it. But with the expected changes that I need to get from the other portions that haven't been completed.
Great, I agree with you.
So, Mr. DA?
I didn't get the count. I mean, you decided to proceed with the other vote, and so I wasn't sure what the count was.
4-1. 4-1.
All right, after the break, we'll have your tech tip and info on discounted mammograms. Stick with us.